Honorable members of the committee, my name is Kapote Kemen, Director Finance.
Good afternoon, Chair, and the honorable members of this committee. My name is Joseph Mumba, Director of Planning.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Benson Chama Malama, former Council Secretary for LUWINGU.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, all the honorable members of this committee. My name is Mlenga Benson, Acting Chief Internal Auditor.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. I'm Peter Mwerachireshe, Director of Engineering Services.
Thank you. Permanent witnesses.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members of this committee. Good afternoon, LUWINGU Town Council. My name is Siam Denda, Minister of Finance, Accountant General's Office. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members of the committee. Good afternoon, CS and your team. My name is Joseph Banda. I'm from Minister of Finance, Accountant General's Office. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. Good afternoon, LUWINGU Town Council. You're welcome. My name is Martin Yalemba Kapenda from the Local Government Service Commission. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, and the honorable members of your committee. Good afternoon to you and the fellow permanent witnesses. LUWINGU Town Council, you're welcome. I'm Kazinga Kennedy from Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. I submit, Chair.
Thank you. AG's office.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, members of the committee. Welcome, LUWINGU Council members. My name is Sakala Wycliffe, Assistant Director from Water General's Office.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Nyalazi, Principal Auditor from Office of the Auditor General. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Simon Munyama from the Planning and Research Department, Office of the Auditor General.
Clerk's office.
Much obliged, Chair. Thank you so much. I am Chirimboy Elijah from the Office of the Clerk of National Assembly, and our witness, you're welcome. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Member for Dundumwezi.
Good afternoon, sir. With your team, I'm Singamba Edgar representing Dundumwezi constituency. Thank you.
Mufumbwe.
Thank you. Good afternoon, LUWINGU, and welcome to your committee. My name is Elliot Kamondo. I'm Member of Parliament for Mufumbwe in Northwestern Province.
Thank you. Kaumbwe.
Luena, welcome to the committee. Honorable Dr. Ron Mwanza, Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency in Perague District of the Eastern Province. Thank you.
The humble servant of Mitete.
Indeed, Chair, your humble servant, even to LUWINGU. Mutelo Mishek is your humble servant, MP for Mitete. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, CS and your team. My name is Mishek Mutetwa Nyambose. I represent the people of Chasefu constituency in the eastern part of Zambia, and I'm privileged to chair this committee. You can take us through your report.
Thank you so much, Chair. Thank you so much, Chair. Chair, before I do my submission, I wish to request that I'm allowed to provide new evidence, and that has to do with the appendices that we attached, but they are not clear.
Okay, you can go ahead and...
Chair, the first one is Appendix 3. So, the second one is Appendix 6. The third one, Chair, is Appendix 7. The fourth one, Appendix 12. And the fifth one, Appendix 16. So those are our addition, Chair. Proceeding, Chair, I wish to submit the memorandum titled Memorandum to Parliamentary Committee on Accounts of Local Government Authorities on the Constituency Development Fund CDF report by the Auditor General for the financial year ended 31st December 2024. paragraph 40.
You can proceed.
Thank you so
just
much.
read the title. Like now we are on page 1, specific audit findings. Read implementation of community projects, delayed completion of projects, construction of Luwena Health Post. Then you go to management's response.
Thank you so much, Chair. Much obliged. The first one on page 1 is implementation of community projects, delayed completion of projects. A project name construction of Luwena Health Post. Cause of query, Chair, management acknowledges the auditor's findings regarding the delay in the implementation of Luwena Health Post and wishes to report that this was mainly due to delayed execution of works by the contractor. Action taken, Chair. Management engaged the contractor for non-performance and failure to adhere to the contract schedule. Following engagements with the contractor, he mobilized on site. However, Chair, during the same period, he abandoned the site again, a situation which led to procurement committee to terminate the contract, which has since been advertised for completion. Chair, references to Appendix 1. The major measure, management will continue to strengthen monitoring and supervision mechanisms to ensure timely completion of the project. I move to the second one, Chair, which is construction of 1x3 classroom block at Chiwelwa site. Cause of query, management acknowledges the auditor's findings regarding the delayed completion of a 1x3 classroom block at Chiwelwa Primary School and wishes to state that this was due to the contractor abandoning the site. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the matter was presented to procurement committee, which resolved to terminate the contract. Chair, the contract appealed and the matter is under arbitration, and once resolved, it will be advertised for completion. Chair, references to Appendix 2. Remedial measure, management will continue to strengthen the vetting of the contractors, and that has to do with due diligence during procurement to ensure only capable contractors are engaged. Chair, further, management will intensify with regular site inspections to ensure projects are completed within the stipulated time frame. Under cross-cutting, Chair, Appendix 1, which is budget and funding, cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that the variance between budgeted and disbursed funds was due to non-receipt of the 2024 Constituency Development Fund allocation. Action taken. Management wishes to report that a request was made and follow-ups to the ministry for the disbursement of the remaining 21,062,421. The ministry, Chair, under circular MLOGRD/101/22/157 had since guided that the undisbursed 2024 funds shall be disbursed to local authorities in 2 installments. Chair, the references to Appendix 3. A remedial measure. Management will continue engaging the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development for timely and adequate release of funds while ensuring a prudent utilization of available funds. I move to the next one, Chair, which is Appendix 1.1, retained funds. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings regarding the retained funding and wishes to report that despite funds being withheld, the motorbike has not yet been delivered to the local authority. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the ambulance was centrally procured and delivered. Chair, further management has since written to the ministry on the status of the motorbikes. Reference, Chair, is to Appendix 4. A remedial measure. Management will continue engaging the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development regarding the motorbike. I move to the next one, Chair, which is Appendix 2.1, Total Unspent Funds, Community Projects. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings regarding the unspent funds and wishes to state that the unspent funds was as a result of ongoing community projects. Action taken. The management wishes to report that funds have since been spent. Chair, evidence is presented under reference 5. A remedial measure. Management will ensure that received funds are spent timely within the stipulated financial period. I move to the next one, Chair, which is Appendix 2.2, Total Unspent Funds, that is under Empowerment Grant. Cause of query. The negative unspent funds arose because disbursements were made in line with the approved 2024 allocations. Chair, besides, the Council received less funding during this year, resulting in a variance between approved budgets and funds received. Action taken. Management expensed the funds in line with the Ministerial Circular number MLGRD/010/22/47, which gave authority to local authorities to utilize available funds to clear outstanding payments, provided they were within the approved budgets. Chair, the local authority wrote to the ministry to request for the outstanding funds. A remedial measure. Management will continue to engage the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development regarding the unfunded balance. Chair, evidence is provided under Appendix 6. I move to page 6, Appendix 2.3, Total Unspent Funds, under Secondary Boarding and Skills Development. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings regarding unspent funds for secondary and skills development bursaries and wishes to state that the negative unspent funds arose because disbursements were made in line with the approved 2024 grant allocations. Chair, besides, the Council receiving lower actual funding during this year, resulting in a variance between approved budgets and funds received. Action taken. Management expensed the funds in line with the Ministerial Circular number MLGRD/010/22/74, which gave birth to local authorities to utilize available funds to clear outstanding payments, provided they were within the approved budget. As the local authority chair, we wrote to the ministry to request for outstanding funds. The chair have provided evidence under Appendix 7. A remedial measure. Management will continue to engage the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development regarding the unfunded balance. I move to the next one, Chair, which is Appendix 2.4, Total Unspent Funds under Loans. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that the unspent funds was as a result of loan recoveries as at 31st December 2024. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the loan recoveries were reported to the Constituency Development Fund Committee for possible allocation. Evidence, Chair, is provided under Appendix 8. A remedial measure. Management will ensure that all the available funds are utilized timely in the fiscal year to avoid recurrences. I move to the next one, which is Appendix 2.5, Total Unspent Funds under Administrative Cost. Cause of query, Chair. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings regarding the over expenditure on administrative component and wishes to state that this was due to demand on CDF administrative activities, which included the formation of governance structures called ward development committees and preparation of an integrated development plan using the administrative component. Action taken, Chair. Management wishes to report that the over expenditure to a tune of 249,151 was carried forward as an opening balance to the 2025 administrative ledger to offset the variance. Evidence, Chair, is provided under Appendix 9. Remedial measure, management to ensure that funds are spent within approved budget to prevent such reoccurrences. Chair, I move to Appendix 3. This is to do with community projects. Management responses. We have the table there, Chair. I can skip it. Oh, thank you so much for the guidance. I move to Appendix 3.1, analysis of the performance of desks. Cause of query, Chair, management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to report that the variance between the planned and delivered desks was caused by non-responsiveness of the contractors at the time of the procurement. Action taken. Management re-advertised the lots for the 300 desks, and the desks have since been delivered. Chair, evidence is provided under Appendix 11. Remedial measure, management to continue engaging the local contractors to ensure that they are oriented regarding the use of EGP system. I move to the next one, which is Appendix 6, Youth and Women Empowerment Grant Performance Analysis. Cause of query, the negative unspent funds arose because disbursements were made in line with the approved 2024 allocations. Chair, besides the council receiving lower actual funding during the year, resulting in a variance between approved budgets and funds received, the lower approval rate of 10% was as a result of 566 applicants exceeding the approved 59 beneficiaries due to budget constraints. Action taken, management spent the funds in line with the ministerial circular number MLOG-RD/010/22/74, which gave authority to local authorities to utilize available funds to clear outstanding payments provided they are within the approved budgets. Chair, the local authority wrote to the ministry to request for outstanding funds. Remedial measure, management will continue to engage the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development regarding the unfunded balance. Chair, have provided evidence under Appendix 12. I move to the next one, which is Appendix 6.1, unaccounted for empowerment grants. Cause of query, Chair, management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to report that this was due to club failure to maintain adequate financial records of their activities. Action taken, management wishes to report that it engaged the club to ensure that all the financial records regarding the operations of the club's business were made available for verification. Evidence, Chair, is provided under Appendix 13. Remedial measure, management will continue to sensitize the clubs regarding the importance of keeping records during field appraisal and providing financial literacy before and after the disbursement of funds. I move to the next one, which is Appendix 6.4, unauthorized change of approved grant project. Cause of query, Chair, management acknowledges the auditor's findings, attributing this to beneficiaries changing the project without following the established procedure. Action taken, the affected beneficiaries were engaged to formalize the change of their projects through the Constituency Development Fund Committee, Chair, which approved the applications en route to the provincial local government officer. Then the authority to change the project was subsequently granted. Evidence, Chair, is provided under Appendix 14. A remedial measure, management will continue to engage and educate the grant beneficiaries. Chair, I move to the next one, which is Appendix 7.2, failure to recover loans. Cause of query, the management acknowledges the auditor's findings regarding the inability to recover loans, primarily because the beneficiaries have not been paying their loans. Action taken, Chair. Loan beneficiaries were engaged about their loan repayment failures and advised to comply with their obligation. A total of 105,925 and 12 ngwe was recovered as of December 31st, 2025. We've provided evidence, Chair, under Appendix 15. The major measure to continue engaging with loan beneficiaries regarding the payment of loan installments at the end of each month, as these funds are intended to support future beneficiaries. I move, Chair, to Appendix 8, bursaries performance analysis. Cause of query, management acknowledges the over-expenditure on secondary and skills development bursaries as identified by auditors. Chair, this occurred because disbursement followed the approved 2024 bursary allocations, despite the local authority receiving less funding than budgeted for in that particular year. Action taken, the expenditure complied with Ministerial Circular MLOG/010/22/74, authorizing local authorities to use available funds for outstanding payments within approved budgets. A request for the outstanding funds was submitted to the ministry, and management will continue sponsoring current students until their final exams. Chair, under this, will provide evidence under Appendix 16. The major measure, management will continue to disburse funds to the school students while tracking their progress. Chair, that marks the end of LUWINGU Town Council submission. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Council Secretary, for that presentation. Honorable members, we can now engage our council. Let me start on page 2. Construction of 1x3. No, I want to start with the one which was construction of 1x3 classroom block at Chiwelwa, August 2024. Techno Investment Limited was contracted to do a 1x3 classroom block at a tune of 1.1 million, 1,171,774, with a contract period of 3 months, commencing August 2024, ending November 2024. As at 30th September 2025, amounts totaling 509,979 had been paid, leaving a balance of 541,598. A physical verification carried out review 9 months after expected completion period. And I want to start from there, CS. 9 months after expected completion period, the contractor had abandoned site. What actions did you take?
Thank you so much, Chair. With your indulgence, I wish to request my predecessor to provide a response to that. Over to you, Cesar.
Former Council Secretary.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I would like to admit that these two projects was a very big challenge, the first one and the second one. And I have to admit that we failed the people of Chiwelwa for not providing the services on time due to circumstances beyond our control. And my submission to this chair is we failed, we delayed. So otherwise we can do better next time, Chair.
CS, what do you mean? Circumstances beyond your control. You failed on these projects. What do you mean? What happened?
Thank you very much, Chair. Even as you have seen from our explanation, action taken, most of the time when we engage this contractor, I find that most of the time they are not on site, they have abandoned the site, and it was very difficult to coordinate with this contractor. And at the end of the day, we had no option but to terminate the contract, Chair.
We want to see evidence of your engagement with the same contractor, because there are some works that the contractor did, and the process of termination, termination has a process. Written communication, verbal, written, then you do financial closures, agree on what was paid to this particular contractor and the remaining works and the costing of the remaining works. Can we refer us to the evidence that led to the termination, the process? Because this contractor is claiming 211,000, so we have taken interest.
Thank you very much, Chair. If we go to the same appendix, you'll find that we
Appendix, which same appendix?
2.
Okay.
Yeah, we wrote a letter to him.
Dated?
30th May 2025. Sorry. First, we started with the letter dated the 28th November 2028. Where
30th May.
Yeah, the last 2 pages.
Okay. Yes, you wrote 20th November, warning for being behind schedule of works.
Yes.
Then in May you wrote.
Yes.
What was his response?
Chair, it was very difficult. As you have seen, we didn't even attach anything that was coming from him. In short, he couldn't even respond to these letters that we had written to him. If he had responded, he would have even attached that this is what he responded. That's why I'm saying, Chair, circumstances beyond our control in terms of...
Is he a local contractor?
For sure, Chair.
For sure, you have no... LUWINGU is a small town.
Yeah.
You have this local contractor whom you interface with almost on daily basis. Because he has written, why I'm asking honorable members, he has written that one of the letters is that he is disputing the basis of your termination of the contract and is thereby demanding 211,000 kwacha to be paid by the council.
For sure, Chair. That demand is on the close-up because he did some works. So those are the things that we needed to agree as we close up this contract. So that's how is demanding that amount, because he did some works which we have to certify and agree, because those works haven't been yet paid.
Honorable Mtelo.
Your response says the contractor appealed and the matter is under arbitration. Is this the same one, isn't it? Yes. And then you, as you are settling down, CS, you have responded. You've said, allow me settle down. When I settle, then we'll handle the matter. So are you settled or you are not yet settled? If you are settled, how have you handled the matter? If you are not yet settled, when are you settling and then handle the matter? Because we are interested in the classroom block being completed. That's how far we are, Chair.
We want to hear from you.
Thank you so much, Chair. Chair, I have settled, and I've actually taken the trouble to go to the site and appreciate the development. So just as presented in the letter that I wrote to this contractor, when we responded, when I wrote this letter indicating to him that I needed time to study the matter, the contractor went ahead and took the matter for arbitration. So we are waiting for the date to be set. But in terms of the works, Chair, just as presented in our report, the works haven't been completed. And maybe just to add on the submission by my predecessor, when you go to our records, it's actually indicated that this is a local contractor. But for the 2 months that I've been in LUWINGU, efforts actually to have an interaction with him have failed. It's like he has contracts elsewhere where he's executing. I submit, Chair.
Yeah, okay, allow Mutelo a short one.
Chair, it's through you. Do we have legal mind here?
We have a legal officer at LUWINGU.
Yes, Chair, we have 2 senior legal assistants.
Why did you leave them?
One is still, one at the time that we were coming was out of station. She had asked for permission to attend to other matters.
Those responses are not true.
Both of them, Chair, when we were leaving, were not at the station.
But you are the council secretary. You knew that you are coming for this important thing, and you have seen your friends. All of them are coming, a full team.
Apologies, Chair.
You are doing it deliberately. You are the only ones that you think that you are going to answer. Now, the issue which is there, which I can ask on the same, who was the director of works at the time of this contract?
Chair, allow me to ask my predecessor to provide a response to that one.
Thank you very much, Chair. By then, I had Mr. Chileshekabwe, who is on unpaid leave for 2 years, but immediately left the engineer Peter here, who took over from what Mr. Kabwe was managing.
Engineer Peter, can you help this committee? You were assigning these IPCs, and when you are signing an IPC is occasioned on certain milestones that are achieved. So, in your case, you were signing for these milestones. Why is the contractor claiming that certain monies were not paid to him? Were you physically inspecting the works that you were certifying? Use your mic, sir.
Thank you, Chair, for the question. The works which we certified, they were inspected.
But yes, the question is why, if these works were certified,
so
why is he claiming?
Why is he claiming? We haven't paid because they were worked when the contract was expired.
There were works when the contract was expired. After the expiry of the contract, what did you do as a council? Did you write to him that your contract has actually expired?
Actually,
and why did the contractor continue working when the contract had expired?
The contract The contractor came on board without our consent. So he worked, then he started claiming.
Honorable for Mufumbwe.
You said that the contractor continued working. Did you say that the contractor continued working? What really? Maybe I just beg your pardon. What did you say?
The contractor abandoned works for some time. Then he came when he knew he heard that we were about to terminate the contract. So he did some works. That is roofing. Then that's the money he was claiming.
You're confusing us. Just a minute. A point of clarification. You just said that he continued working when the contract had expired. You are on record telling this committee. Yes or no?
Yes, Chair.
Now, again, you are changing to say that he continued, switch off your mic, he continued working when he heard the rumor that you were about to terminate. Who spread that rumor?
There
are two issues, eh? You are saying the contract had expired. Then again you say, you change, say no. The contract had not expired. We were about to terminate. And he got that rumor and he continued working.
Okay. The contract was expired in February 2025. Then, that time the contractor abandoned the works. That was in April. Then in September, somewhere there, he came on board and did some works.
This is the contractor that you were not able to reach, but he was coming on site. But seeing him physically, you were failing. Honorable Kamondo, then I'll come to Honorable Mtelo.
Chair, I want to find out. This is a contractor whose contract has expired, and then he continues working. At what time did you realize that he was working even when the contract had expired? And if that is the case, why didn't you stop the contractor from doing the works?
Director Engineering.
We actually we communicated to him, and that's the time we had to stop, and he made the claim.
Just a moment.
Hold on, let him exhaust.
Were you monitoring this project?
At the time he came back, we had to inspect on the works done.
On an expired contract. Honorable Mtelo.
Chair, I seek your indulgence. First, what the officer is alluding onto is he himself contradicting himself. Second, the matter is in court. There are some arbitrations going on. So that's why I'm seeking your indulgence. If the contractor is listening, we may. Yes, no wonder I was asking for the...
I've heard. Let's have Dr. Mwanza. You want to say something when you have guided?
You know, Chair, because this contractor is a local contractor but has never been seen by the CS, but the officer is communicating. So that's why how do you communicate to a contractor that is never there?
The other thing is that when him is saving them letters, he is able to reach them. When them are saving him letters, they can't find him.
That's the issue. So, sir, it's in court.
Cancel issues. Dr. Mwanza.
Yeah. Thank you, Chair. Well, according to according to the specific audit findings, 2 projects have delayed. So page 1 is a rural health post, Luena health post. So this Luena health post, as we are saying now, council is advertising. The contract terminated after spending. The contract price was 1,648,031 kwacha, and the amounts totaling 1,106,432 paid to the contractor, leaving a balance of 541 kwacha 598. And the status at which the building, the outstanding works included the completion of a roofing, carpentry, joinery, ironmongery, and so on and so forth, which is supposed to be, even we get a second contractor, must be embedded within the contract amount, considering that the project has suffered long term of construction without being finished, without finishing. The question is, what I want to seek clarification is, you are saying the contractor is owing you an advance of 231 kwacha and 82, 231082. That is in in the appendix 1. What is the total, the final contract closure amount? Because from the communication, the evidence that you have provided in appendix 1 does not indicate, even if there does not indicate that the contractor came to negotiate for the final contract price. There's a letter somewhere which is just saying you should come to the office after 28 days so that we discuss the financial statements. There's no closure.
Council Secretary.
Thank you so much, Chair, for that question. With your indulgence, I wish to invite my predecessor to provide a response to that.
CS.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think, Chair, those are technical issues where the directors has to answer, especially relating to the funds, the balances which Dr. Mwanza is trying to find out. Maybe I can forward it again to Director Engineering to help us on that area, Chair.
Director Engineering.
Thank you, Chair. On the same Appendix 1, Item 3, on the report for procurement, there is a outstanding balance of 474,593, 68 ingwe. That was the closure of the account.
As we wind up. Use the mic. Stop engaging each other. Engage through the chair. Yes. Director, your mic should be off. Dr. Mwanza?
Yes, Chair. The evidence the engineer is showing me is not correct. It's not pertaining to this project. Anyway, the question is in this, the monitoring and supervision is not, we cannot see the monitoring and supervision of projects in this Lunte Council because the scenarios, the situations on all outstanding projects is the same, where a contractor abandons site and somewhere they say they would call and then he will remobilize. After remobilizing, when the engineers go to monitor, he has disappeared. They have abandoned the site. Looking at the finances.
To cut you, Doc.
Yes.
Your observation is correct.
Yeah. So I think it's
as
just
I
to
conclude,
let it up from there.
As I conclude, I want to appreciate the new council secretary. You have even stopped and refused some of the IPCs that were made by your predecessor. Your predecessor was using a deputy director of works to come up with the IPCs even when the contracts had expired at LUWINGU Council. I salute you for what you are doing. So your predecessor, sir, you were doing a wrong thing. The information that we have, just like Dr. Mwanza said, you knew this contractor. You knew the challenges. He abandoned site. He continues in you. You go back to ask him to continue the works, and he makes IPCs after expiry of the contract. You have deprived the people of LUWINGU a service, so a classroom block, and a health facility. They are in LUWINGU. Why? Because you think that you are far away from the powers. You are going against the vision of the president, the vision of this government. Giving us enhanced CDF is not for us. It's for the people. So, director, can you clean? If the director, the director engineering was involved, can you clean that mess there? Whoever was involved, you are doing wrong things. And this contractor should, I know the cases are in court, but the problem is that there are certain officers within the council who are going behind to push for this against their own government. Once it is discovered, those people will lose their jobs. So we have information as a committee what has been happening. That's why you have these two only. Otherwise, had it not been for these two projects, you're going to have a clean report, just looking at the cost-cutting issues. But because of the interest that you had on these contracts, you are doing wrong things. So wherever you are working under the Republic of Zambia, and there's a government. Do not think that you are on your own. We shall make strong recommendations when the commission comes here. So with that said, I would like to withdraw the immunity that was earlier conferred on you. Bwana Council Secretary, change the narrative there. Ensure you do the correct things. Those who doubt, don't sign them. The immunity is withdrawn. From now on, you're on your own. Wish you traveling messes. Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it. LUWINGU Town Council has made a submission before the Committee on Local Government Accounts, and the council was led by their council secretary, Mr. Gift Kakoma, and that's on the consideration of the Auditor General's report on the Constituency Development Fund for the financial year ended 31st December 2024. And the committee, through the chairperson, has noted concerns about recurring weaknesses in governance, financial management and operations, and the committee, through the chairperson, has directed LUWINGU Town Council to strengthen internal controls, improve revenue mobilization and comply with financial regulations, among others. And just now we do stand by for Mbala Municipal Council, which will be making a submission before the Committee on Local Government Accounts. Keep watching Parliament Television.
Here is an announcement. The National Assembly of Zambia wishes to inform all the candidates who attended interviews for various positions conducted between 13th November and 26th December 2025 that the recruitment and selection process has been concluded. Successful candidates have since been contacted and have been offered employment. Those who have not been contacted should consider themselves unsuccessful this time. The National Assembly of Zambia would like to thank all the applicants for their interest and participation in the recruitment process.
You're not ready for this one. Let's go.
So